So you've been following along the entire time as we've been giving you this blueprint in season 2 of the Serial Progress Seeker podcast. We've been giving you this blueprint of how to be famous in your market, what you have to put in place, the math behind it, and how you need to put together content to do that, but also how do you get the people on an email list so that you can contact them, and then, what's your core product all about? We've been really laying it out step by step, but now let's light a fire underneath it. You're putting out all this content that leads to the opt-in, that leads to the product. You're putting it all out. Every single week, you got something new that's coming out. You've got all the pieces that come out to support it because you're following our trickle-down setup. Now, how do you really light a fire underneath it? Well, we're going to talk about how you do it with Facebook ads. So I'm excited. I think you're really going to dig this, and this is going to be the cherry on top that powers this engine that we're putting together. All right, let's dive in. Let's do it. You're listening to the Serial Progress Seeker podcast. My name is Dr. Ben Atkins, and I want to take you behind the scenes and show you how I built a multi-million-dollar digital internet business and how I'm turning that entire business into something that I can take with me anywhere, inside of a backpack. Let's get started with the show. All right, so every single week, we've been learning how to put out a simple video or a piece of audio, something that is sort of a cornerstone piece of content for your business. In these videos, you're teaching people how to do stuff. And the stuff you're teaching is just what your audience is really into and what they want to know. And so this is the kind of content that's going to put you in expert status mode in their heads. And that's good because once you start teaching people and really transferring your knowledge to them, that's when they want more of you. That's when they want more things. Think about it. You don't go and buy a book from an author and absolutely love it and then not go to see if they've got any other books. It just doesn't happen. You don't go watch a video and think that video was amazing and learn something from it and not look for more videos from that author. This is how you get inside of people's heads. This is how you can very ethically get them to love you and to buy everything that you put out. But how do you light a fire underneath it so it goes faster? Because this process, before you start to really gain traction, can take some time. It can be a little while before you hit that video that people just want to share with everybody. It can take a while before you really get your feet underneath you. How do you speed this process up? Well, my thing is this. If you are going in, the first time we cut videos with a client, the first time that we cut videos on a schedule and we're putting together content with the specific purpose of teaching a lot of people and to bring them closer to us, we didn't know what we were doing. And I think this is the thing. Most people, when they first do this, they may have an idea of what their brand is and what they're supposed to do, but they're not really going to know. You don't know until you're actually doing it. So here's the thing, and I hope this is a little bit of fun for everybody too, and it makes you relax a little bit with this whole process, because it can be stressful putting out content and wondering what people are going to think. But the thing is you got to be okay when you first start putting this stuff out to thinking you're not going to nail it the first time. Out of 52 videos that we did the first time, 5 to 10 actually connected. But those 5 to 10 taught us what people were really into. But here's the thing. If it had just been those 5 to 10, we wouldn't have really known if we'd not put the video in front of anybody because we didn't have an audience when we first started. And so the thing is you want to start getting them out there. Now, here's my advice to you. Every single week, let's say that you were following my advice and you were trying to cut, 30 to 50 videos so you could put out a video a week. 52 if you want to put out a video in a week. Let's say you took a week and you got in and you busted out and got through 52 videos. Nothing complicated, just 52 topics that you want to teach folks. I even gave you the kind of topics that you need to be covering a few podcasts back. But that's, you get those done. And then you got to start putting them out there once a week, and nobody's looking. So what you need to do is you need to start thinking about, okay, how do I get advertising dollars behind this? And what we like to do, and you can do this in a lot of different ways. You can go spend money on YouTube. You can spend money on Facebook. You can do a lot of different things to put ads behind your stuff. What we like to do is we like to start with Facebook. And the reason is because Facebook's targeting is extremely good. The things that Facebook knows about your audience is pretty amazing. So what you can do very easily is you can go in and say, you know what? I am trying to get in front of single moms who are 35 years old who live in Delaware. And you can absolutely do that. To that level of specificity, you can absolutely do that. And so what we do is we will set our video up and we will schedule our videos out a few months at a time because we've done them all at once. Once we get them edited, we'll start scheduling them in on Facebook to go live, once a week, and we'll put ad money behind it. And so the idea is you want to find in this ad setup, you want to find an audience of people that is already like something like what you're doing. So, for instance, if I'm getting into the mode of, I'm trying to get in front of people that love online marketing, I'm thinking, who are the celebrities in online marketing? Who are the magazines that cover it? So, like the publications, the media that cover online marketing. Who are, the universities that support it? There's not a lot there, but who are the establishments that are already in place? And then just about every place that you go, there's already some sort of establishment that you can sort of leverage here. So, for instance, some big names in the online marketing space are guys like Russell Brunson and Gary Vaynerchuk, Frank Kern. I mean, these are the titans in the industry that have worked their butts off over the years to really get up there. And so they've paved the way. And we all thank those people for paving the way and teaching us cool stuff. But also they've got presences on these networks, especially Facebook, that you can go target. So I could say, my video is very online marketing based, and I'm trying to reach the online marketing market. Now, just to be 100% upfront with you, I'm not. I'm not necessarily trying to hit the people with my stuff that already are into online marketing. I'm more trying to hit professionals, so doctors, lawyers that realize the need for digital marketing, but maybe aren't that savvy yet. So that's a big market of mine. And so when I'm doing that, I may go after certain law schools. I may go after, and target certain industry publications to get in front of those people. So I can say, if this person likes this industry publication, that's who I'm going to go after. If I'm going back to my online marketing, if this person likes Frank Kern, I think they would like my video. And that's basically what you're doing with Facebook. So if you go to facebook.com/ads or business.facebook.com/ads, you can get into and start running through these various targeting options. And it's going to walk you through how to build an ad. And it's easy to get intimidated by Facebook ads. Even if you've run Facebook ads before, it's easy to get intimidated because it changes all the time. But the idea is you're putting together videos. People are going to be interested in your videos, or your audio, whatever you're doing. But you put it on Facebook, and then you want to put it in front of the audience that they're already looking for something out there that your audience looks for. And then you want to put your video in front of them. And this is what happens every single time. I get on Facebook, we target the group that we're after, we put the topics in front of them, and lo and behold, we start releasing videos, we start putting it in front of the audience, and something comes out of that data. You want to pay attention to the data. Something comes out of the data that I just didn't think. We'll have one video out of 10 that absolutely explodes, meaning it gets shared like crazy. It gets a ton of comments. It gets a ton of likes. And I didn't expect that particular topic to be the one that people gravitated towards. And this is going to happen to you. It's going to happen to anybody, any brand that you build when you get into it. Even if you know the whole business and the whole market pretty well, it's still going to surprise you at times. And so what happens is we put that out there, and typically, just to be 100% transparent here, typically when we first put a video out, I'm putting $100 behind it for like 7 days. Nothing over the top. We're not spending a fortune on this. $100, 7 days. And I typically don't even go into the back end of Facebook to do it. Typically, I will post it on the page, or my staff will. We'll post it on the page, and then we will boost it for $100 right there. Now, years ago, boosting was frowned upon as it didn't work as well as regular ads. That's not the case anymore. You can literally boost something up. Plus, I don't have to go to the ad editor. I can get the initial data. Now, here's what happens. We boost this thing. It gets a lot of likes. It gets a lot of comments, a lot of shares. We take the videos that are doing the best, and we continue to put money behind them as time goes on. But you don't necessarily know which content's going to do that until you start putting the content out there. And that's a big key, is you got to get it out there. You got to put it in front of people and let them tell you what is big. Now, this is where it starts to get a little more advanced. We boost it initially. After that boost, I'd look at the videos over time that have done well. If they've done well, meaning they got a lot of engagement, I'll go into the ad editor and I will then put a evergreen ad behind it. So first ad is a boosted post on that video. We do that for about $100 for 7 days. We see what happens. And then after that, if it does well, we'll go in and we will, from the ad editor, basically put that same audience or similar audiences, sometimes look-alike audiences, once we get a little farther down the road, not sometimes, all the time, but we'll go in and we'll put an evergreen ad behind that. So $10-$20 a day, just something so we know we get it in front of people. Now, here's what's interesting. Once we have that data down and we're doing the evergreen ad to the video, we've pretty much been doing this from the start. Sometimes I don't get it done, just full transparency again, sometimes I don't get it done with that first boost. But when we put these things into the larger market of evergreen ads because they're doing well, that's when I'm going to turn on retargeting. Okay, now what I'm doing with retargeting is I am setting up a custom audience. So for everybody that watches at least 50% of the video, at least 50% of the video they've watched, meaning they're pretty engaged in the video. Inside of Facebook, I can say people that watch this video, 50% of it, I want them to go into a custom audience. And from that custom audience, that's who we start showing our sales pages and opt-in pages to. We covered those in the last few episodes. That's 6 and 7 of this. We covered, okay, how do you build that? What's your core product? We don't show that stuff. We don't just run ads to the stuff we're selling. We run ads to our content videos. But if someone's really into a content video, then we'll run a sales page in front of them, but only because they watched so much of a video. And that's how we know. But by the time someone gets to the video and they see my ugly mug in the video, they start to bond. So by the time they get all the way to the sales page and they see my ugly mug on that page, whether it be a video-based sales page or I've just got my face on it, they're going to know who I am before they even get to the page. That's key. Most people out there just try to take you to a sales page, and it's pretty poor conversion. And the reason it's poor conversion is because they don't know who you are. They don't trust you. There's no like and trust there yet. So what I can do is I can say, Facebook, we put a little ad behind you first to get you in front of people. But if the people that watched this and were really into it, if they watch this much of it, I want to show them our products too, because I think at that point we're sitting in a good place. All right, so that's the ball game. I know you got to have questions about all this process, how it all works. Feel free to fire them my way. If you've dug this series that we did, and this was a weird sort of thing that we did. I don't see a lot of people doing this in business podcasts, but we wanted to have a nice layout of how you can go through, get famous, and how you can leverage that fame in your market into sales. And that's what the last 8 episodes have been about. So if you've dug this, please let me know. Leave us a review on iTunes. Leave us a review on whatever platform you happen to be listening to. We're in a lot of different places. I want to know what you thought of this and if this is something that you're implementing in your business. If you have questions, feel free to reach out to me at serialprogressseeker.com. You can find me there. You can contact me there. Oh, and you can get show notes from all of this good stuff there as well. All right, so I hope you dug it. If so, hit that subscribe button. I've got more stuff coming. Just because we close this season down here doesn't mean there's going to be any gap in the content. We've got more stuff coming to you very soon, and I think you're absolutely going to dig it. All right, so that's it for this series. I hope you enjoyed season 2 of the Serial Progress Seeker. I got season 3 coming next week. There's going to be no delay. We're not going to have any delays anymore because we've got so much good stuff to teach you and to show you if you're the kind of person that is good at something but wants to leverage it into more money and wants to have more time and freedom in their life. So, yeah. Big breath, big exhale. Whew, we made it through. I hope you dug it. Get out there, start doing this. Reach out to me if you need any help. All right. I'll see you next week on the next episode of the Serial Progress Seeker.